Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And now out comes Houston. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
All right, here we go. Boom, watch it now, Barney. Leopard, hurry up, here we go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Texans on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 19. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be incomplete. And no update from Larry this week, apparently. We'll try again in week 7. But for now, let's get back to the action, ready to kick off the second half. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm, incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, lived to fight another down, right?
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They'll set up a throw. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 5, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. The hitch route works. It's something you see quite a bit on 3rd, 4th down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. The Texans on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut him down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Now a play fake here on first down. And some room to maneuver. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
He's going to rifle one deep left side, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing, and on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he will take down. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And now out comes Houston. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talked about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
7 yards there on the pickup, and the Texans are going to have a first. They'll look to throw here. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Watch it now.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
It's taken to the 26. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10.
Lucky 56. Here we go now. Green 39. Over.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now let's go.
They'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And give him a gain of 37. They'll run it now out of the gun. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars continue to roll. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And now out comes Houston. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Roberts, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this. The Texans on third down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now a carry here for their fullback. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we've reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsar? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us, stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here. Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, Don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Back there. No. Check. Here we go now. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he caught it up.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Green 39.
Back to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And now out comes Houston. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards that time for number 19. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
23 yards on the play. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll set up to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he lost the football.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Back to throw here. And it's caught. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And he's got it up and through. Here's now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one.
Here we go now. Watch it now, Barney. Watch it now, Barney. Now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Jaguars on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Here we go now. Back to Philly. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and The defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jaguars, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Texans, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis.